All right, the monthly meeting of Bremerton Base of United States Submarine Incorporated will come to order. Please rise while we recite the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh, you're fine. Okay. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
USSVI Creed, to perpetuate the memory of our shipmates who gave their lives in pursuit of their duties while serving their country, that their dedication, deeds, and supreme sacrifice be a constant source of motivation towards greater accomplishments. We pledge loyalty and patriotism to the United States of America and its Constitution. Cobb, Votes for the month of January. USS Argonaut, SS-166, lost January 10, 1943, was overwhelmed by Japanese destroyer New Revolt after enduring intense depth charge attacks. All 102 crew members were lost, making this one of the deadliest submarine losses in the United States Navy history. Argonaut was played a vital role earlier in the war, most notably during 1942 Makin Island raid, where it successfully transported Marine raiders, demonstrating the strategic importance in the early Pacific campaign. USS Swordfish, SS-193. USS Swordfish was last heard from January 12, 1945, and is believed to have been lost near Okinawa under unknown circumstances, possibly due to mine or depth charges. All 89 crew members were lost. One of the first U.S. submarines to engage an enemy in World War II, Swordfish earned 8 battle stars and made significant contributions to disrupting Japanese naval operations. Its disappearance remains a solemn reminder of the risks faced by the silent service. USS S-36, SS-141. On January 20th, 1942, USS S-36 ran aground on a reef in the Makassar Strait during combat operations. Although the submarine was lost, all crew members survived and were rescued, making it a rare outcome during the early, dangerous days of the Pacific War. The incident stands as one of the Navy's first submarine losses of the conflict, underscoring the hazardous operation conditions faced by crews. USS S-26, SS-131. USS S-26 was tragically lost on January 24, 1942, after being accidentally rammed by a U.S. submarine chaser. Making this one of the earliest and most devastating submarine losses of the war. This incident highlights the inherent dangers of wartime operations, even outside direct enemy combat. I'm going to announce the members on Eternal Patrol. Recent, Oliver Davenport, 94. Ruth said he passed Sunday, January 11, 2026. His wife is cremating him and will have no service, but I'll have more on that. Let us have a moment of silence for our departed shipmates, followed by the chaplain's invocation.
Dear Lord, we come to you today as a thankful people for all of your many blessings. May what is accomplished in this meeting be helpful to each of us, our organization, and also our country. Help us be ever mindful of those in our number who are unable to be with us. Place your hand of healing upon the sick and comfort those who mourn. Bless us each individually and collectively as we endeavor to do something worthwhile in the name of the USSVI. I understand we have a few shipmates that have had medical procedures, are recovering and doing their best. We have shipmates that are going to be having medical procedures soon, and I want to keep those base members in our prayers and thoughts also. We offer these petitions in thy name. Amen.
Amen. Please be seated. We got one chair over here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, usually with people, the right one is getting given.
All right. I just want to make a special note, we don't have any Korean and World War II veterans, but I want to thank all of our war veterans. They're still here in our presence. So thank you for being here. For those of you out there who can't be here, thanks for what you've done. Do we have any new members, visiting personnel out there? Please stand up if you're a new member or visiting and introduce yourself. What boat you qualified?
Yeah, I'm a returning champion. I was a member of this base. I think my last meeting was 2000. And some stuff happened. But coming back into the fold, qualified on swordfish. And, you know, we told swordfish this morning. And I got to tell you, you know, done reunions over the years with a couple of boats who had World War II namesakes. We're always blessed to have a World War II brethren show up when we could. Swordfish was one where they could never show up, and so we always saluted them with some shots in their honor. Anyway, so I was 1976, qualified on Jack. Quite unusual, not necessarily in a positive sense. Torpedo drive and a rotating shaft. Then got orders to de-submerged rescue vehicle 1 Mystic, and that was pretty good. I was a senior chief when I was on there, and I ended up being a homegrown chief of the boat. It was pretty much a McHale's Navy situation. So it was a lively group, and we had a lot of fun, did a lot of really cool operations. I ended up being a quitter after that, and got commissioned as a warrant. And
that works.
And ended up going to Archie, and brought her up here from Mare Island to the little commission as anyone can. And there's a number of two Archie people here and there. And got out in retired in '96 because I wanted to see what else life had to offer. I decided after making certain number of polar circumnavigations and re-enlisting at 5,000 feet. I wanted to do something dangerous in life, so I taught high school when I got out.
Oh my God.
That was a joke, though, until Columbine happened while I was teaching, and then I was like, shoot. So I've had a number of positions since then doing different stuff, and I just retired a few years ago, and I just non-retired this year. DSRV Shipmate runs a power company now involved in hydrogen generation, which is a good thing. I've been involved with submarine communities, the chairman of Archie Association, part of the team that got the sales down here. Let's see where else. Oh yeah, when I was getting into my vest, I found this funny thing. Showing I was a docent on that Foxtrot that used to be over it. Yeah. I do. There's one or two people from this base, and then mostly Seattle based. We adopted it. It was our own little submarine. And I had a surreal experience, a good one, of having my wife and kids and me watching the fireworks for the 4th of July on the bridge of a Foxtrot. Tied up into Seattle. That was fun. So that's it. It's great to be back, and I'll tell you, this is a fantastic turnout. When I was a member of the meetings during the week, I could never get here because my commute ended about the time the meeting did. And this is just fantastic. So all power to you.
Thank you.
Hey, what's your name?
Oh, Will Longman. That's a detail.
Welcome back. I see a lot of new faces, so please.
My name is Mark Sferrazza. I served in the Atlantic Fleet on a little boat called the USS Tullabee, SSN 597. I came out here on the Henry M. Jackson commissioning crew, and I served on the USS Alaska, and I retired as a CFC at Submarine Group 9.
Awesome. Welcome. Anybody else? Hey, ask you.
My name is Jerry Christensen. Up until a little while ago, I lived in Shelton. My wife of 62 years passed away, so my daughter said, move to Polsbo. So here I am. And I'm glad to be back among such great people. And this is an amazing turnout. I was the post commander of the VFW in Riderwood, Washington, and we would be hard pressed to meet this number of folks. Anyway, my hero was my uncle, Sparky Trudeau. He was an electrician, obviously. That's how they test things, right? Anyway, he was in Manila when the Japanese attacked, waiting for his boat to come in, the Pickerel. He made 5 war patrols on the Pickerel, and they sent him back to new construction in Manitowoc, Wisconsin.
Oh boy.
He was commissioning crew of the Puffer. And the Puffer was making patrols out of Australia later. And he was on the patrol, the first patrol they made survived the longest continuous depth charging of any submarine that survived. They were submerged for over 32 hours. 5 Japanese sub-chafers were taking turns going right over top of them and dropping them and then moving back. And if you've been on a fleet boat, you know after 14 hours, the air is not really worth breathing. I don't know how they survived. Anyway, after the Puffer, he went to new construction on the Blueback. And where my connection to him came in 1946, after the war was over, the Blueback was going to make a around the world tour, and he hadn't seen his wife, which was my dad's sister, in like 2 years. So he thought he would like to stay in San Diego, so he went to the Ronquil, SS 396. In 1960, I checked aboard the Ronquil. I had no idea my Uncle Sparky had ever been there. They still had the Japanese flags painted on the tubes for the ones they had sunk, you know. Anyway, I qualified in Ronquil in 1961. And wife and I moved up here from Riderwood in 2006, and back in those days they were having meetings at night. I don't do so good driving at night. Some of you guys might have that same problem.
I have that problem.
I'm glad we're doing meetings in the daytime. Anyway, thank you for having me back into your fold.
Absolutely. Thanks. Any other guests, new members? Okay. You hot? I'm hot too. All right.
Yeah.
And as always, I always want to welcome Jim DeMott, you know, that guy over there, District 4 Commander. Okay. Monthly report, Secretary.
Oldies, as we all know. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Secretary.
The last meeting was on the 20th of December at the VFW over on Central Valley Road. It was also the holiday luncheon or or whatever.
Christmas.
So we had we had a standard opening, the pledge and the USSVI pledge. We had a tolling, had an invocation. The base commander read the list of people.
King's Walk Buffet in Silverdale.
Next
I'd
Friday.
say that we had one this week, yesterday, so it's 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Thank you, John. Also, to piggyback off of John, if you look for these coins and people are selling them online, they're very expensive. So I say get them from John. Same thing with the patches. If you go to the book, they're $25, $45. You know, they're at committee. That's their fundraising, but the coins are 15, patches are 10. So that's a steal. Come see John. Let's see. Where am I at? I don't know where I'm at, guys. Oh, float manager, yep. I'll be right here. No. Holland Club? Not at the moment? Not at the moment. The charitable ambassador is not here. Nope. And Historia Web Social Media. Historian.
Okay, the transition to the website is well underway. If you haven't noticed that, if you haven't noticed it, pull out a pencil, write this down. PugetSoundings.org. O-R-G. That will be the new website. Right now they're kind of running in parallel, but eventually Gertrude Check is going to go the way of the dodo. Okay? It will be the PugetSoundings.org. It is there. It is active.
That all caps?
No.
Doesn't make any difference?
No, it makes no difference at all. That's there. The Facebook page is still there. Just a reminder, the national Facebook group is now in existence. You need to be a part of that if you're following along there. It is pretty interesting. You can see what's going on in the rest of the country with other groups, some other ideas. And in fact, it's already helped us here. It was something we were struggling with how to do. Other group was like, well, here's what we do. Boom. Now, guess what we're going to do now? Because it was an easy way to do that. Any questions on web or social media? Likes, shares. If you're not clicking that like button, I hate to sound like my son, if you're not smashing that like button, you're not really helping. And sharing helps as well. Any questions on that? History stuff today, of course, is the anniversary of USS Nautilus underway on nuclear power. Anybody there that day?
Was anybody
There that day? I know you weren't there.
I was in high school.
You were in high school. There you go.
I wasn't around yet.
Underway on nuclear power. Today is also the birthday of one, Benjamin Franklin. After whom the SSBN was named. The tradition, when I went through sub school, they taught 640 because it was the most like everything else. So there you go. The other day at the Cobb's Coffee with Cobb, what are we calling that? Coffee with Cobb. Yeah. If you missed it, you missed a good time. We solved a lot of problems. All four of us that were there had a good time, and I was able to share this story with them, and I wanted to share it with you. A few months ago, I came across this story. I just surfing some newspapers. I'll pass this around. This is a story, it's just a picture that appeared in a Pennsylvania newspaper in 1944, September of 1944. It very simply says, Ensign Keogh of McAdoo, that's in Pennsylvania, is awarded the Navy Silver Star. Now, that caught my attention for a couple of reasons. One, he's a submariner. Two, if you know anything about World War II, you know ensigns don't get silver stars. That's not normal. So it kind of caught my attention. I started reading it. And in the tradition of the wartime press, this is a story that tells you absolutely nothing. Ensign Keogh, McAdoo got a silver star, and he got it from Admiral Nimitz himself. That catch your attention yet?
Yes.
That tells you there's something to this story, doesn't it? Nothing in the article. I went and looked him up in the USSVI database. Of course, at the time he would have earned this award, he was serving aboard USS Jack, SS-259, a Gato-class submarine. To read the logbook that day, the logbook is very creatively went on their way, which isn't even half the story. The real story is, They torpedoed the ship. The captain got overconfident. He gave periscope liberty to half the crew to watch the ship sink. Didn't notice the plane coming in from overhead, which dropped a bomb on them. Of course, the ship started sinking, ended up with a jam dive, and a Gato-class submarine was closing in on 400 feet down when then torpedo-man chief, CJ, where you at? Keto Kohut, managed to remove the chain that was causing the problem, save the ship from going down. That's a story in and of itself that I was able to track down. You should read the actual citation is in here too. It tells you what he did. Doesn't tell you when he did it. Doesn't tell you where he did it. Doesn't tell you why he had to do it. None of that's in here.
Awesome.
What you do find out later, though, is that he was promoted to main officer. CJ, does this sound familiar? For this?
Except for the World War II part.
Except for the World War II. The really cool part is he decided he didn't like that officer stuff, and he decided to go back to being a torpedo-man chief and became the cob later of the Queenfish. Did some more war patrols there. The reason I tell you this story today is that I wrote a little article about it. I'll pass this around. You can see it. And a couple of weeks ago, I got an email from a gentleman in Pennsylvania who said, and I quote, "That's my grandfather. We knew none of this."
Wow.
We knew none of this.
Good stuff.
Wow.
To perpetuate the memory of our shipmates,
Yes.
even to their families.
Yes.
End of history.
Thank you. That was awesome.
Good stuff.
Is that posted on the website?
Yes, it's on the patrol reports website. Yes.
Comfortable? How's Commander?
Nothing.
Okay. Chief of Boat.
All right. Great turnout for the Christmas party. Appreciate everyone who came, able to come. A lot of folks who traveled, I understand that. Lots of volunteers this year made our job much easier. So I really appreciate everyone volunteering. So it kind of brings me to the next thing. Okay, so new year, so always think of funding, talent, manpower, and time. Funding is not an issue in this room. I will tell you that right now. Both of us are done pretty well, and the base is done pretty well. Talent. There's just a wealth of talent in this room, and people that belong to the base and aren't here who can obviously support. So that comes down to manpower / your time. So, for instance, we do a Halloween bash, we crank out 500 hot dogs, and there's 2 or 3 of us there. So, as we progress through the year, we're just going to ask for people to step up and do what you can. Now, physically, there's some things I just can't do anymore, and I know other people are in the same situation. So I say, can you spend 2 hours doing X, Y, and Z? Can you spend an hour? What can you do to kind of help the base out? And I realize a lot of us are volunteers in many organizations, and we do lots of different things, and some people still work.
Yeah, that 4-letter word.
That 4-letter word. Anyway, so whatever you can do to help, we certainly appreciate it, okay? Without naming people. All right, for new folks especially, so I know we have challenge coins. However, we're cheap, frugal. So we made, Angela made,
There you go.
so they're wood, so they're obviously much cheaper, but also has our QR code on the back. So I know up at the Keyport, so John's a volunteer amongst others, hands these out, and this is kind of how you get members. So at the end of the meeting, if you want to grab some, and be my guest to take them with you, and I always carry a couple of these in my pocket, so if I run across somebody, we kind of chat that up. What else? Okay, so as Dave said, we are transitioning over to the Puget Soundings. So you kind of have to realize we have a Puget Soundings website. Well, a week after this meeting, I shoot something out, so it has a lot of links. People say, well, where's the basic story and stuff? I just give you the link. So we're just trying to get simplified. Because when I did the newsletter, it ended up being many, many pages, And we won awards for 12 years in a row, but we're kind of past that. We're kind of don't want to go anymore. Okay, so then part of the newsletter part we'll send out, there'll be calendars. So all I'm putting in is just like what's going on in February. Then I'm going to do a downrange calendar so you can kind of look ahead. And we'll talk calendar stuff a little bit later. But for instance, we're already looking at baseball games in days or someplace.
June 26th.
Jim, say it.
June 26th,
And
August 2nd.
you got to memorize. It was Jim taking care of that. So anyways, we'll put all those things in. Some of these items may be all just veteran related, not just sub-base related. And I had one gentleman kept emailing me complaining that, hey, you got all this other stuff and it doesn't apply to me. Scroll on, buddy. Just scroll on. You know, I do newsletters for other organizations. And that's it for this right now.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thanks, Don.
Vice Commander.
Oh, it's hard to get up.
You got it, Wayne.
Thanks for coming. I mean, this is awesome to see this amount of turnout. You know, it's good to see each and every one of you here all the time. So thank you. I'm going to try something a little bit different today. Besides, I have a presentation to do later on. But as you guys know, Dan is the treasurer. He's busy counting money as usual. So I'm going to try doing a Vice Commander Yellow Sticky accommodation. So for outstanding performance of duties while serving as the base treasurer for permanent base. Bravo Zulu for all your hard work and keeping up with the traditions of USSVI. So
Yeah.
here's your yellow sticky. So trying something a little bit different, recognition.
Well, if you watch them in front of the camera, we'll get it online.
There you go.
Yeah, I guess I should have called you.
Yeah.
To officially present it. So, LA Sticky accommodation.
Perfect.
And some of you may know where I kind of got this ideal from. It came from the war. So, PHW.
That's awesome. I don't have much. So, if anyone's interested in going to the Greater Kitsap Chamber meeting in my place, that's the 21st Wednesday from 11 to 1300. Kitsap Conference Center. We as the base pay for your ticket. It's a good time. It's a lot of information. That's where we network and do partnerships and find opportunities to work with different businesses in the community. So I'll be going to a luncheon with John and Bob with the
Submarine League.
submarine league. So that's why I'm not going to make it there. So just for myself, things that I'm working on, I was recruited as the new Charitable Foundation Ambassador Coordinator. So now for Cats with Feathers, for the Charitable Ambassadors, I'm creating a training cycle for the ambassadors. So once a quarter, I'll do a deep dive into the different funds that we have for USSVI, and then whenever is feasible, the Charitable Foundation Ambassador, which is Mike Kelpie, will give training for 5-10 minutes. Nothing too crazy. And I'll eventually have all the funds created there. So if anybody wants to go on the website, you can look at all the training I've given to the ambassadors. So you can just go there anytime you want. I don't see that anywhere that I've found, so I'm starting to create that from scratch. So that's why I'm doing one a quarter, and then from there, however we see fit. If you want to know anything specific, please let me know, and I'll get you any information on those funds before any of the other trainings come out. Also, a side project that the Charitable Foundation came to me with. I've written a recipe book. I'm working on a copyright and publishing, so that's another fundraising thing. I don't know. I mean,
You gotta cook for 100 at a time.
I have all the recipe cards still, so. But those recipes that are in this book are things from my home to your home, so they're not AFRS recipe cards. But I do have them, so if you have a question on dinner rolls, let me know and I'll get you the recipe card, 100 portions only. So that I'm working on. And we just purchased our laptop for the base, so we have a laptop, so when we have presentations, we are always prepared, and with a projector, so those are the things that we had going on. And that is what I have. Unless you have anything, comments, concerns, complaints, let Vice Commander.
Yep. You want to talk about sub-ball yet, or?
New business.
Okay.
New business. And then we can do our presentation.
Yep.
So, whenever you're ready. Ready?
Sure.
Yep. You ain't got nothing for me. We're going to move on to old business, and the one thing that we're going to do is talk about our national convention. Presentation by Vice Commander.
Yep. Oh. I have to pull the drapes too, so she's got to hook up the computer. A couple of you guys are going to have to move your big heads.
Rusty. Turn sideways.
No, that was
Oh my God. Look at
still raise that. I see one.
All right. I'll push this button over here. You already have. All right, so some of us had the pleasure of going to the national convention at Labor Day to the 6th. It was a great time in Orlando. That's the second time I've been to Orlando at Rose and Shingle Creek. So it was a good time. Go to the next slide, please. That was the view out my window. So Rose and Shingle Creek is a huge resort down there, and it's really nice. So that's the view out of my window. Then I go to the next slide. It's another view out my window. So the place is huge.
Got any views from in your window?
No, that's not.
I didn't see him in a towel.
Next slide. So just quickly, the national convention has 418 members and guests, which to me that's kind of a low number, seems like. You know, with USSVI goal of being 13,000 members coming up in a couple of years, to have 418 there is kind of low numbers. You know, so
The last convention that this base sponsored had over 1,700 people.
Wow.
The cruise.
that was the cruise, right?
That was good.
Right. That would have been a fun one to be on. So. All right, next slide, please. The last time I was there in Orlando, they had 2 submarines. This time they only had the 1. But they got 1 boat, the Thresher on this side, and then go to the next slide is the other boat.
The Scorpion.
Scorpion, right? So that's kind of maybe what they're doing with that, but that's what they use for their parade float as well, sit for Florida base. So.
Where do they sit?
No, they don't. They just pull it. They don't sit on it like I do.
Rookies.
Yeah, rookies.
They don't straddle.
Yeah. Next slide. This was outside the Charitable Foundation kind of entrance, but just thought it was a cool picture. So, yeah, I will say I had 196 slides to begin with when I started this. We only got 55. So next. So we all went, a lot of us, there was tours. So when you go to these conventions, there's places, excursions to go do. And one of them was, time to play tours out there. It's pretty awesome. So next slide. The Rocket Garden. Next slide. The bus ride, and you'll see the vertical assembly building in front of us there. All right. Next slide.
Nice picture of it. The thing is really huge when you're up close to it. When I was with Lockheed years ago, I got to go in it. So it's just amazing. It has its own weather. So, yeah. And I guess Artemis just rolled out this morning too. So it's on its way to the launch pad. Next. Here they have one of the rocket engines from the Saturn in a stand. It's a simulated rocket engine, and they use nitrogen to do a kind of a white gas mixture, and there's water dripping. So it kind of simulates a rocket launch when you get underneath it. It kind of flubbed when Jim and I were there. So go ahead to the next slide. And you get to go up in that tower, and then you can take, look vistas to go see everything. Next slide. SpaceX at their Starship tower going up, and their Robert Rhodes facility there at the hangar for refurbishing the Falcons. Next. That's another one on the stand. So the other picture was just a view from the stand, and here you can see the rocket up there. Next. When you get down to where the most of the other attractions are, this is the control room that sent the man to the moon. So they just picked up the control room and brought it in as a display. So pretty amazing. And when you walk through it, there's the news coverage, Walter Cronkite up on it, and they go through the countdown. And you see all the codes, Boeing, Sperry, Raytheon. So next slide. Here's a Saturn. They have it in the building. That, of course, is the aft end, the first stage. So they got the entire section up there all spread apart. So it's pretty amazing. Next slide. The shuttle Atlantis is there now too, hanging up in the building. So it's really impressive. Next slide. There's a different view of it. So kind of like it's flying. Next. Falcon 9 in the building as well. It's kind of hard to tell, but those are the legs we're mostly looking at closest to us here. All right. And you can see Dragon capsule and Orion capsule for Lockheed. The Orion is the one in black all the way forward up there. Next. The aft end of the Falcon 9, the business end, fire end. Next. Dragon, Boeing Starliner, and Blue Origins capsules are all there. Next, Lockheed's Orion spacecraft, and then of course you can see the grid pins for the Falcon up there as well. Next, Dream Chaser, I think is the name of that. It's a small space plane. It's pretty neat too with all the heat shield on it. Next. Falcon 9 grid pins. I think there's another one next. They're huge. It doesn't seem like it when you see them flying, but I mean, it's pretty amazing. Next. And of course, we always have to eat. So, his name's Bob there, Eileen from the Seattle base. Phil
Carlson.
Yeah, you can never get rid of him. Yeah. So, of course, Dennis is there smiling. So,
Which is really exciting.
yeah. Next. This is Tony and Betty Paula. Tony was turning 103 the following Monday of the presentation. Him and Betty been married 72 years, but he passed away at the end of October. Tony's a great man, a World War II guy. He had some stories, and we got to sit and listen to him for a while. And I'm thankful that Eileen had the pleasure of meeting him and Betty. And so, yeah, he's awesome. So rest in peace, Tony. They're out of Rhode Island, and he would come to the Groton meetings as well. So, next. And of course, Eileen likes to talk. So there's about 20 slides of her.
I look so angry.
Your network.
Yeah. So, as I said, Road and Shingle Creek is huge. Place is friggin' a massive place. So, that's kind of an average day of 12,000 steps. So.
Yeah, but you slept for 6 hours.
What hat am I wearing? 636. I slept for 6 hours and 36 minutes.
Yeah, but he took in more than 3,700 calories.
I did. There's a lot.
I know.
That's the eat to burn ratio.
Yeah. Next slide. Yeah, speaking of eating, here we are, and Eileen's talking again. Bill's intently listening to what you have to say. And Jim is just going, okay. Guys, Gary and Lisa, there. All right, reading again.
That was me.
Can you go back?
Use the arrow.
Wants to see it.
Yep.
Boy, that's a good one to double tap on.
What do you want at your cup you're holding? Oh, he's not even using the fork.
Yeah, one of you.
Yeah, so, one of the many meetings that you go to, luncheons you go to, there's a speaker as well. And I believe this guy is introducing the next speaker, so go ahead. Wasn't it Dr. Bob or something like that? Go to the next slide. Yeah, Dr. Robert Gunza. Leading with Love was the presentation. It was interesting. Okay, next. Again, meetings. There are business meetings conducted while we're at these events. Yes, there's a lot of excursions and tours and stuff like that, but there's also functional business meetings. And I put Eileen up at the table so she can take notes.
Stop talking.
Well, she wasn't talking. Well, no, I think you did. You did chime in there. All right. Next slide. And of course, we have to eat again. So, yeah.
These pictures, Waylon.
She's talking to Gary about what she's going to have for dinner.
I don't see you there. It's somebody else.
Well, no, he's there with the menu up, and then that's our Western Region district commander.
Is Eileen trying to stay awake?
No, I think she was talking about qualifying on submarines and going and putting your thing on everything. So.
I'm not going to repeat what I said.
Yeah. All right, next slide. This was the butter. I thought it was kind of
Alligator butter.
Alligator butter. Next. Sid, he's doing Caps for Kids here discussion, but he's also the national treasurer, I believe. Yeah. So he was doing Caps for Kids. So next. Another business meeting, and one of these was a technology meeting that Tim Carlisle led. This is all the national officers up there on the stage. So, next. Just a crowd of people. There's Phil again. Some of these meetings are well attended, some of them are sparsely attended. I think I was there early enough to not get everybody in a seat though. So, next. This is the swearing in of the district commanders. Sorry, Jim, I got your face covered up there.
Thank you.
The guy in the red shirt there is Tom Deaton. He's an artist. He draws a lot of the submarine, tender, FDM support ships, TAKs, all those type things. He's an awesome artist, but he's now a district commander. He was also the national artist for subvets. The poster that you see that comes out of VA Systems and Navy Submarine League with all the submarines on them, we have one at the VFW Hall. We have one in storage as well that we bring to the stuff, and I have a new one. He's the one that created that. So they used to have a thing you put on the table, you put your plate on, placemat, like that. So brain tumor. They had a placemat size, but then it got so big. But Tom is the one that did that. He's a great guy. So he was an MET on the boats. Next. Tim Carlisle doing the technology update, talking about the website. Next. Getting ready for the evening dinner, or one of the many times we got to eat. Next. I forgot his name. Retired Admiral somebody.
The doctor.
I don't think it's the doctor yet. No.
Oh, that's, he was,
Yeah. Richardson. There we go. Admiral Richardson. Next.
That's the weight.
Gary.
There. Yeah, here.
So he was there. Ronnie.
I know.
Yeah.
And that's a true. Yeah, very.
Next. This was during the award. That's the awards chairman announcing the awards. Next. This is the Newsletter of the Year award. Yeah. Mr. Pittman won again.
The last one.
Last one. And I guess this is different than what they've done in the past. So normally we just used to get the plaque and the patch. But we got a paper award this time as well. So
you reached the top and you quit, huh?
Yep.
Well, there's like 3 of us that put our base newsletters in, seriously.
Yeah.
And it goes back and forth. So it's competition between us and Sacramento. We're trying to get other bases to actually submit. Plus, I'm going to convince them to go media awards, not just newsletter awards. Then we'll be competitive again.
Yeah.
You gotta be there in Corpus Christi then?
No. No.
Next. Jim enjoying the dinner.
That's your happy face?
Yeah. And he's a permanent base.
He's from Central Texas.
Central Texas, that's right.
Qualified in 1957. And I forget the name, maybe one of you historian guys, the sub that was used as a tanker. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, I can't tell you the name of it.
Yeah, he was on that boat. And that's what it's definitely.
Next slide. Speaking of Corpus Christi, that's the Dolphins that will probably be given away at Corpus Christi for the next national convention. They had a booth, out in Corpus Christi.
Are those metallic or 3D printed?
They're metallic. Test Depth Customs, Bubblehead out of Texas, does these. He's on Facebook. If you want to get a set, he does an amazing job. Next. So, talking about Corpus Christi, save the dates. Keep looking at the website. We're going to get the presentation up on the page, so you can click those links. Actually, one's a Facebook page, and then one's the website to go to. 6 to 11 September. Sea Turtle Base is sponsoring. The room rate's $142. They are setting up a fishing trip, all sorts of stuff, and probably a tour of the Lexington there. So it's going to be probably a great time. So I'm looking forward to it. And I guess Eileen is the charitable ambassador now for National. You'll end up being coordinator. Sorry. You'll probably end up going as well, right? So.
Yeah.
Next slide. There is a plan of the week, but it's pretty fluid right now. So it'll get pretty much set in stone by the time it comes around. It's just going to be an idea of the activities that are being planned for the next national convention. Yeah. And like I said, go to the website because it's going to be changing as we get closer. Next. So, future dates, 2027, Grand Sierra Resort in Reno, Nevada. My son used to work there, by the way. 2028 National Convention in Norfolk. So, the bases in those areas get up and give a presentation to the board, the national officers. to provide recommendations on where to have the conventions. Grand Rapids, Michigan got up and gave their presentation. Norfolk got up and gave their presentation. Both are outstanding places, but Norfolk just wooed the board and got the 2028 National Convention in Norfolk. That's why I proposed the Grand Rapids. I mean, the 2027, 2028 are planned, but hopefully, I'd like to see us go to Grand Rapids. I've never been there.
It's not happening.
Okay, Mr. Commander knows more.
Word just came out this week that they turned down doing 2029.
Okay.
The last convention in Norfolk was 2012.
Turned down 2022.
So scratch that last there. This is what I knew coming out of the convention. So next. Don't forget we have the Western Region Roundup in Samstown, 16 and 19 April. I know, Dan, you already got reservations for the RV lot down there. Eileen, you're already in. I'm delinquent, as usual. So there's information for it as well. It's a fun time as well. Of course, a lot of you helped with the Western Roundup here. And then we did the Western Roundup on the Queen Mary last year, which was fantastic. So, I guess Denver may be the next one.
2027 will be in Denver.
Okay.
And registration, it says you can register online for the hotel and for the event on the website. And I will tell you this, if you have any problems, there have been a couple glitches, but nothing that we can't fix. So if you do have any problems, you can call me or contact somebody on the committee. But you can get your registration in, and then if being there, you'll be able to see me eating in person,
live and in person.
You don't have to look at the slideshow.
Yeah. One picture I didn't get for all of us going to the National Convention, because some people like to duck out, Dennis. Yeah, I didn't get a group photo of us. So, next. And that was it. Found the end.
It's gonna be on. You got that on the website?
We're going to, Mr. Bowman is going to put it on the website, I believe.
Outstanding.
Also, we sponsor the Western Region Roundup each year, but also if you'd like to individually sponsor, that's great as well. So you can just go on the website and they always have the poster up there or the nice banner, and they'll put your name on the poster, and then the banner, of course, Bremerton-based patch will be up there as well. So.
My point of providing this presentation is a lot of you I know can't go to these. So I want you to see the fact that we're having a good time and maybe invite you to come with us, because we get a large number of Bremerton-based people walking through. They're going, man, that base is really supportive. So, yeah, come join us.
Thank you. So we're going to take a 10-minute break. Everybody needs to go potty, fill up their drinks, their Bloody Marys, their sugar pills. We'll do that, and we'll come back at 11:07.
You do? I joined that.
I don't know.
But we're getting money. You're probably getting money.
Anybody need a donut?
Can't barely get through, Sam.
Mike, take a step forward. South the Fleet Reserve. Hi.
It's 6 for $5. Some of them
Pretty cool. You gotta change all the cards now.
We're gonna keep the URL. Everything.
and then one of the other guys, he sits there and says out loud all the younger students. The guy said, don't forget, these guys will look at everyone. Look at everyone. Right. It's okay. I always did all of it.
This is funny. Oh, well done.
About World War II.
Last week.
How are you getting to the
I will. I haven't done it.
I got my application off the lot. I just got to figure out how I'm going to get there.
I don't know yet.
All right, let's rock and roll here.
We got a football game to watch.
We got football games to watch. Sorry. Important.
I like it. Okay. All right, we're continuing the meeting. Can we shut that back door, please? Thank you. Can you shut the door?
Jimmy, shut up.
Yep.
Lock it up.
Lock it up. I heard that. All right. For new business, we are going to do our installation of new officers. Welcome, Jim DeMott.
please come up, please stand up. Mr. District Court Commander. Do your thing. Do your thing.
Eat some cake.
So, it's the same bunch of derelicts. I don't know why.
Well, we're starting a new term, so everybody needs to get sworn in again.
Camera's over there.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. Anyway, so, Eileen, Waylon, Bob, Dan, does he get sworn in?
Yes.
Get up here in front of the
Stand
camera.
here.
Right, that's what I was saying.
We can stand back here. Let me close.
And I just want to say, before we do this, at the end of last year, the beginning of this year, as I presented the base member awards to the for the 5 bases in the district, one of the things that has gone through my mind this time is that sometimes things are really outstanding, and sometimes it's just people that do the job, but they do the job that the rest of us don't want to do. And it's very appreciative, and you 5 who stepped up and say, hey, I'll do this job and serve this base, and because of the work you do, we get to meet here on Saturday morning and have this meeting and do all the things we get to do, and I appreciate that, the efforts that you put in. So, and the other thing, I will say this too, is if you haven't done these jobs, you too can do them and see what it's all about. And I encourage you, sometimes it's not about how well we do it, it's just that we got to do it. And fortunately, we have people who do it real well. So, I say this, I'm going to say that.
Big hug, big hug.
And then I will pause, and I pause and say your name.
I think I've been here before. Okay, yeah, you don't want to. I see. I know how to do this. Hey, go ahead and raise your right hand. This is the USSVI oath of office. I,
Davis Shropshire,
do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
do hereby solemnly swear
Or affirm.
that I will faithfully execute the office
that I will faithfully execute the office
to which I have been elected
to which I have been elected,
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will to the best of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and serve the best interests of our nation.
and serve the best interests of our nation.
The United States Submarine Veterans Incorporated
United States Submarine Veterans Incorporated
and the U.S. Submarine Force.
and the U.S. Submarine Force.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Yeah.
4 more years.
Jim talks about us doing this job, but I'll tell you right now, when you got dynamic leadership like we got, the rest of the shit's easy.
Good job, Jim.
Oh, yeah.
Good job, Jim.
That was kudos to Jimmy.
And each and every one of you, because we can't do this without you.
Absolutely.
So,
Yes, I appreciate
I
that.
thought you were doing it for us. I'm
gonna do it to you.
Oh, yeah. Careful.
That's what we want.
Get it done to you. That's right.
we're in this new club together.
You two are
Okay, going up.
Waterfront Boys Club.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So with that as well, we can have our associate members also be nominated. The only 2 positions that they cannot be nominated for is vice commander and commander. So our associate members can be secretary, treasurer, all those things, appointed chairs. Steve, you raise your hand.
Well, we're on this when you're done.
Yeah, absolutely. So, if you feel the will to be able to, it's all volunteer. We all, do this because we want to be here and we want to do this, and see each other and help each other out. So, please let me know, let any of the board members or the chairs know, that you're interested in. And we always need assistance or assistant, treasurer, any of the chair committees and things that we do. So if you want to be on that list, that we can always call upon you, please let us know. Make it known to a membership chair, and we'll put you on our list, and you will always get that email when I send it out.
We need backups.
We need backups to backups. So if we get sick or something happens, we always have somebody that is trained and that could take over until we get better or take over. Steve?
I'm gonna come up and see her over here for. I just got to carry on with this. House Commander, Vice Commander Jim DeMott recruited me 20 whatever to be his Vice Commander, and then I stepped in the Commander. And if you don't know, the Commanders and Vice Commander, we have term limits. You can only do two-year terms. So these 2 years are going to go by quick, and Eileen's going to have to need a relief, and Waylon's going to need a relief, okay? And when I was the commander, nobody was stepping up. And then I had to say, we're going to turn the charter in if we don't get officers. And then this gentleman named Dave Bowman, we're sitting right out here at the table. He says, hey, I want to get involved. What can I do?
Don't do that.
And we sat at this table, and I said, I need a relief. And he was a little bit hesitant, but you're not on an island by yourself when you're in these positions. It's a team. The E-Board does good shit. Anybody can go to the E-Board meetings online, and you're never going to be by yourself. I lost a vice commander, and Don Carpenter stepped in, did a great job. And having seconds for these positions is vitally important. We have the commander, the vice commander. Yeah, the commander's gone, the vice commander steps up. But the chaplain, the cob, we need backups. Secretary, treasurer, we need backups because we all have lives. And if we're not here, someone needs to step up. Just shadow them, find out what they do. But you're not alone if you're an officer on this base. You're never alone if you're a member. You can call us. Well, you don't call me. I ain't gonna pick up. I had to work with Dennis for 8 years. Come on. I survived. But it's great people here. That's all I want to say. And don't be afraid.
What's up with Dennis?
He kept me straight. But don't be afraid. Because in 2 years, it's going to go quick. And we're going to need people to step up. And if you see my name on the nomination list, we're going to be in trouble again. Thanks, Commander.
Here.
All right, so it's my turn. All right. So for the chair positions, I'll read one citation or appointment letter, and then we'll come up, but I won't read them all because they all say the same in no particular order, but of importance here. From Commander USSVI Bremerton Base to Bremerton Base E-Board, Clarence C.J. Smith, dated what am I doing? 17th of January 2026, appointment of base officers and committee chairs. Reference Alpha Bremerton Base Bylaws, Article 5, Section 8, Gulf, Article 6, Section 1, as Bremerton Base Commander. And with the approval of Bremerton Base E-Board, it is with great pleasure I appoint you as the Junior Vice Commander for 26-27 year. Fine by me. We'll do one picture at the end for Cobb and the e-newsletter. Next up, let's see. Oh, John Perkins is not here for base chaplain. Steve Corcoran for assistant base chaplain.
You up there.
video.
I know. I will come to Fred, Assistant Base Chaplain. Thank you. Oh, David Bowman for Webmaster and Base Historian. David Pittman for the Electronic Base Newsletter Editor. You just sounding.
Rose won't be laughing.
She will. John Gardner, Base Storekeeper.
Great job, John.
Jason Shamness, Assistant Base Storekeeper.
Good all time.
Yeah. Thelma Ruiz for the Holland Club Chair. Sister over here. You're on the recipient end now. Gary Heitman, Assistant Holland Club Chair. Yeah, you were appointed.
You're not there?
Yeah. Never again volunteer yourself.
I'm here if you need me.
All right, Mike Talpi for Charitable Fund Ambassador. Mike Friend, Float Manager and Parade Coordinator. Phil Palm, he's our Deterrent Parks Brick Chair. I will get those to them. All right. And at the end of our meeting, we'll get a group picture together back on that wall or wherever for Kyle. Let's see. Are there any remarks? Anybody want to say anything? Junior Vice Commander? No.
Good for now.
All right. So I have a bunch of stuff for good of the order, unless someone else has anything after I announce these things. So coming up for Caribbean Nights, Port Orchard Rotary Club annual crab feed-in auction. It's $100 a ticket. It's at the Kitsap Convention Center on the 21st of March. I sent out an email for that with the flyers. And if you wanted the sponsorship application, that was all in the email as well. If you didn't, because you're a new member, please let me know so I can get that email to you, or someone can forward you that email. VA counselors will be in town the 19th and the 26th of January, 2 locations. If you need more information on that, that's also in the email, but you can talk to Steve. And the February dates were in that email as well. I had January and February flyers in there. Our next Kitsap Area Veterans Alliance planning meeting is the 12th of February. So we're in partnership with them. We go to their meetings, we help volunteer. That's another place that we volunteer in the community for our homeless and indigent veterans. So it's in this room, 1800, 12th February, but our actual stand down for Kava is the 25th of April, Saturday, from 10 to 1400. So, but we'll need volunteers the day before and after to break down. If there's an hour or two that you want to give to that, we would love your help picking up groceries, setting up tables. We do get a lot of other volunteers, young members, JRTC, the cadets and stuff like that come out, but we always need extra hands to bag up groceries and then hand out on the event day. I'm also asking for volunteers for our Military Appreciation Day this year. We will be, we were asked to hand out hot dogs at the event besides manning our booth. And then I also invited any of our brothers over at the other bases if they wanted to come up and hang out with us and talk to submarine veterans or just veterans in general. There's also a hot dog burn or hero barbecue at the end of the Armed Forces Parade, the 16th of May. So we'll need volunteers for that too, because they have the Lions Breakfast in the morning. We need volunteers on the float, which is the most important part. And then they're asking us to do a hot dog burn after, which is not going to be at the bank, because that's usually a bottleneck. They're going to have it on Quincy Square, which is nice. They're going to utilize that new little area that they renovated, and that's going to be a hot dog burn and festivities there until 2 p.m. for Armed Forces Day. Sub ball tickets, we have 2 available for to us, but it's in Seattle. I know that's the hard part, is getting out there and getting home, because I don't know, some people don't have the funds to stay the night there as well. And then it's hard to get back on the ferry or drive all the way around. But if you are interested and you have a way to get there, we have 2. So it could be, one of our members, preferably Holland Club and above, because we like the oldest and the youngest to cut the cake. So, and then a spouse or a dependent, or another two of our sub-vets to go. If we don't get the 2 volunteers, I've already let the Seattle base know that the tickets might go their way if we don't get 2 people that would like to go. So let me know if you're interested. I can get with the POC from on base, and then we'll work it out from there. I did throw it out there that if they have a duty driver, just to get you to the ferry, I can pick anybody up from the ferry and get you home.
What's the date?
The date for that, don't have that. Yeah, it's in April. I didn't write it on my notes. Come to me after and I'll get it for you.
Commander.
Yes.
It is considered opinion that we have sufficient funds as a base to sponsor the member to spend the night if they would so choose to do so. And I would make such a motion that we cover the costs for whoever is our official representative to spend the night.
I will second that.
You'll second that? We have a discussion on that? The base will cover, we have sufficient funds to cover them to stay the night. So if you would like to go, we can pay for you. Is there a discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? It don't matter. Just kidding. All right, so approved. So if we do have some members that would like to go, please let me know. And then the ticket's already comped. You'll get a coin for the sub ball, and then we'll pay for your night stay. So please let us know, and then you guys will hot rack together.
Could be a member and a spouse, right?
You can bring your member and your spouse. Right.
So, does that mean it's gonna be a Bremerton-based member that we're gonna sponsor? But if we give the tickets to somebody else, we're still sponsoring the room?
For Bremerton-based members. Bremerton-based members. All right. So please let me know. All right. Save the date. So Central Oregon Float Christening. The reason why I mentioned that is because Bremerton Base had put up seed money or help to get that float created, made, put together, and put on the street for the community. And they would like us to be involved with the christening, like how we did ours out front here. So that's March 7th, and the location is in Bend. I believe they're having their e-board meeting today, but they're either looking at a community center or the park where they're going to have the christening. But if you want to go join us, caravan down there, or spend the night, the weekend, it's in Bend. It's safe to get a place in Bend, Oregon. And then we'll get the specific location once they get it to me. And I also sent out an email about how it was created, how it was made, the different things that they made from this drop tank that they had received, donated to them. So it's pretty neat. If you didn't get that, please forward it to your friends. If not, let me know at the end, and I'll send that email.
Why in Bend?
Why in Bend?
That's
Central Oregon. And that's the place that they're doing their christening is in Bend.
Oh, okay.
So we're going out to support them.
Oh, their base.
Their base one.
Okay.
Yes.
What are we doing with that?
And we donated to that.
Yes, we donated to that float. I mean, sound power phone.
Me. Give you the sunball.
March 7th at 5 p.m.
No.
Silver and Gold Dolphins Scholarship Auction is happening. If you have any questions, ask Rusty. Raise your hand, Rusty. Over there. On that note, I wanted to say congratulations to Rusty. He was just sworn in as the newest Navy League president. I had to do it. So he's my gym coach. So he also made it known yesterday that, of course I didn't know that, but he let me know that Navy League, Navy Submarine League, and the submarine veterans, in a long time since the last time all enlisted, were leading president, commander of these organizations. So it's kind of neat to know that.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Rusty. And as a reminder, Kay Gardner's memorial service, 31st of January, Saturday, at the Sylvan Way Baptist Church at 1300. And that also went out in an email. Anybody else good to the order?
Yes.
Yes.
So, have you all got your calendars? Dave kind of mentioned it earlier. On June 26th and August 2nd, we have scheduled to go to the Rainiers baseball game. The 26th is a Friday night game. They have the fireworks. The 2nd of August will be a Sunday afternoon game. So we'll have more details once we get the price arrangements made and things like that, how we'll get tickets out. But it'll be first come, first serve. And so put that on your calendar, mark it down. The other thing, July 11th, I was down at the Blueback base last weekend, and they're scheduled their picnic for July 11th, Saturday. And they invited everything. As on my way out, they said, hey, bring some people down with you. So some of you went down the last time we were down there in 2019. They had a big picnic, and we had a whole bunch of people from here came. Some people from out of the Inland Empire base, and there's probably about 40 or 50 people there. So,
Date and time again?
11 o'clock on the 11th of July. Clamamet, Park.
Portland? No, yeah.
Yeah, in that area. I don't know exactly where. Yeah. I'll give you more details. We got some time.
And I'll get those fall ticket game dates and times and stuff to you guys as well. Sorry, Jim.
That's fine.
Okay.
Is the base gonna provide?
We'll get more information.
We're working on it.
Got it?
Steve.
Got it?
Got it. You had something?
Yes, I do. This is important stuff now.
Oh, boy.
Always important. Again, Steve Corcoran. So my job right now, I work for Kitsap County as a Veterans Program Funds Coordinator. I manage a fund of approximately $1 million to support indigent and homeless veterans of Kitsap County. I started this job May 5th of 2025 because my wife said, if you're going to retire from Lockheed, you better find something to do. So here I am, because I don't do enough. But anyway, I called about 85 to 90% of my contacts. People were asking for veteran service officers and needing help to do claims in Kitsap County. I am not a veteran service officer. I run the fund for indigent and homeless veterans. So I had to present my program to the commissioners of Kitsap County in August. And at the end of my presentation, I told the commissioners, Kitsap County needs a VSO. And they agreed and gave me permission to pursue a veteran service officer in Kitsap County for 2026. That job posting was just listed Tuesday of this week. So we are going to hire a part-time veteran service officer. It's going to be funded by the county. The Washington Department of Veterans Affairs will provide the training. So this individual will be accredited veteran service officer, not certified. If you don't know, in Kitsap County, there are not many accredited veteran service officers. There's Aaron Juarez down at Retzel, John Thompson up at Suquamish, and Todd Cricella, the VFW commander of Post 2669. Those are the only accredited VSOs in Kitsap County. The DAV, they are certified and they're still open to do claims. The American Legion and the VFW nationally told their VSOs, because they were volunteers, to stand down. So we don't have a lot of VSOs in Kitsap County. But the process is open, the interviews will start, and we will have one as soon as possible. I talked to Stephen Gill on Thursday. He's the district director for Washington Department of Veterans Affairs, and his partner, Tucker Flood, will be handling the training. And they were told by the state director, support Kitsap County as much as possible to make this position happen. And Mr. Flood will be here when we hire the individual to train that individual and make sure they get on board. They will be, their office is going to be at Olympic College, where I'm at. I'm there Tuesdays and Thursdays. They'll be there Monday, Wednesdays, or whatever. But Olympic College has given us office space to support this position. So I'm excited to make this happen. So if you need a claim done, our primary clients will be indigent and homeless veterans, but I've been directed we will not turn anybody away. So if you have money or you don't meet my parameters, we're still going to help you with your claims, okay? I'm really excited for this. And the way this works for county VSOs to be funded by the state, it goes by a percentage. In Kitsap County, we have 47% of veterans that receive some type of benefit, whether it's retirement or disability. Therefore, we don't qualify for state funding. There are 6 counties in the state that get grants from the VA to run this program, but they're very rural. We're not rural, and they don't have a lot of veterans. And Matt Schillenberg with the VFW, he's our representative down in Olympia. He said by the time the VA funded a VSO for Kitsap County, it'd be probably 2033. And I said, well, that's not going to work for us. We need one now, and we're going to have one hopefully on station by June. I have some good candidates that I'm looking at. They're already very qualified for this position, so hopefully it won't take as long as expected. But I'm excited. We're going to have a veteran service officer in Kitsap County, and I will have updated pamphlets and brochures, and if you need any information on that, please contact me. Okay? Any questions?
Well done, Steve.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, Commander.
Two more days.
Okay, so the next coffee with a cow will be at Austin Chase Coffee, 11th of February. That'll be going out in the e-newsletter. So we'll see how that turns out. It was pretty cool, by the way. Next general membership meeting is at VFW Post 239. The address will go out, same time frame. It's a breakfast. Once again, it's a breakfast. Third time. Oh, I was a teacher too. Third time. It's a breakfast.
What is it?
It's a breakfast for you.
Post 239 is right around the corner.
Yeah, that's right. Anyways, that's the next meeting. Now, all the information will come out.
Yes.
What time?
10, same time.
Okay, same time, okay.
Same time.
Same bat channel.
Right, this one up here?
Yeah.
Yes, right up here. On Dora.
The late breakfast for whoever said that. Call it a brunch.
Isn't that called a brunch?
You may call it a brunch if you like.
Thank you.
But there are no lunch items offered, so.
Breakfast.
A side note for the VSO officer, the listing is up there. It says salary $70,000 to $90,000 annually, part-time, 20 hours a week. This is to entice you, so 20
So
hours.
hourly wage is 33 to 43.
Right. And the closing date is January 28th. So if you want to apply, go on the Kitsap County website and apply. Of course, we're all veterans in here, so you see what kind of experience you have. I believe you have to have an associate's in the business, but either way, look at it. I did post it on my Facebook, like all the criteria that you needed. You have to answer specific questions, but I wanted to make sure you knew that person hopefully will get what we need done for our Kitsap County veterans. Last thing I wanted to put out before we do our 50-50, I didn't get to give out our longevity pins at the Christmas party. So if you are in the room, please come up and grab your pin. Robert Arison, David Bowman, 10 years. Woo. Charles Gibbs Jr. Yeah, 10 years. There you go. And then Nicholas Kleiner, he's not here. This is 20-year members. Donald Jasic, Kenneth LeMay, Michael Sidich, yes, James P. Smith Jr., and Milo Van de Kar. Those are our 20-year members, yes.
I take the one to Milo.
Yes.
Milo's pretty much, they live in Fort
20 years. There you go. That's for Milo.
I might want to mail Bob's. He's in Florida.
Okay, I can do that.
See him, I don't think.
So I want to make sure, and then just say their names too for longevity. And if you know any of those people and they weren't here today, let them know, and I'll just give them their pens or bring them up and pin them.
Do you recycle the old pins? In other words, the 20 years have got 10-year pins. If they want to, can we turn them back in?
Sure.
Back into
If you
you?
like, or you can just wear them all. All right, 50-50.
Okay, there's $91 for the winner. That was $91 for Kate's cut hair. They give you a hard time.
Pull out your tickets.
Would you pull one? Just put those down. Take one out.
I need money for a haircut.
Okay, give you a haircut.
No, thank you.
Okay, the last three are 020. 020.
All right.
Outstanding.
Hey, make sure you get his name.
Right on. Don't throw your tickets out. I'll collect them. I'm going to give those to Michelle Inman for her crafting stuff. So.
Just throw them back in the bucket if they
Yeah,
want
throw them back in the bucket.
Thanks.
Sorry, thanks, Doc.
Thank you.
All right. Safe round alibis? With there being no other business to discuss, can I get a motion to adjourn?
We're gonna have an invocation.
Benediction?
Oh, yes. That would help. Thank you, Steve. Can I get a benediction?
I forgot it last time too. Dear God, our Heavenly Father, we approach you again at the end of this meeting. We are grateful for the privilege we have of meeting as veterans of the submarine service. Bless us as we go our separate ways and give us traveling mercies as we return to our homes and loved ones. Amen.
Amen. Motion to adjourn.